All right, guys, this is a special episode of Lean Keto Times, and today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions because it's that time of year again. So I make this videos on New Year's Eve. So got my keto dinner here. I'm going to try to go on a fast, see how long I can go for. But it's ribeye steak and 2 pasteurized eggs and some tomatoes and onions that I grilled. And also got my Spider Bite Venom hot cocoa mix, which is got a little stevia and a little cinnamon and vanilla extract. And then I got my Spider Bite Venom cold drink, which is apple cider vinegar and sparkling water and a little lime juice. So anyways, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions and why it's better to have direction or set direction in your life instead of setting goals. And, goals is fine, but so the problem with goals is that we oftentimes fail to reach those goals, and it can cause a lot of suffering in our lives. We can lose self-esteem from failing to reach our goals. We can, feel disappointed, upset by ourselves, and really, goals are not necessary. We might think they are, but they're really not necessary. Despite what a lot of self-help gurus or wannabe philosophers will tell you, they're really not. The reason why this is because you can't really control the outcome when we set a goal. Somebody may, run up and kill us tomorrow, or might get hit by a bus. I mean, we have no idea. Or we may get sick. So many different circumstances can force us to really change directions away from our goals, which is why it's better to have a direction in life. If you want to say your goal is to, maybe live in a nice house, have a family and that sort of thing, make lots of money, instead of making it a goal, you can say, well, I'm going to aim my life in that direction. I'm going to do the things on a day-by-day basis that will more than likely give me what I want. But if I don't obtain those things, then I'll still be happy. I still won't be disappointed. And to me, that seems like a better way to live, because it takes the pressure off of yourself. When look at the movie Star Wars and Phantom Menace, you had the Jedi, and you had Obi-Wan, who was trying to do everything by the book, and not necessarily set goals, but just to be a better Jedi. He still ended up making a promise to himself against the Jedi Order when his master Qui-Gon was killed and he was dying, and he asked him to promise that he would train the young Anakin Skywalker, who, as we know in the story, turned out to do a lot of bad things. And he thought that it would be the right thing to do to promise Qui-Gon, his master, to train the boy. But really that vow was based on upon emotion, and ultimately he failed. And fast forward to the movie Revenge of the Sith, where he ends up fighting Anakin Skywalker. He admits that he failed. He failed. And there were so many reasons why he said that, but one of them was because he knew that he wasn't the right one to train him, or he knew he shouldn't have trained him without the advice of the Jedi Council and so forth. So this is what happens when we make vows, we make promises that we can't keep. We do things that are, we say we're going to do things that are beyond our control. And then we become attached to the outcome. And it doesn't matter if that outcome has noble aspirations or has based on something we want to do or we think is good. The fact that we set a goal to do something that we're not able to control the outcome, well, cause us to suffer unnecessarily. Now, if you think a little bit more like just having a direction in life, that's different, because that you're not necessarily setting an outcome or expecting one. You're just doing something that's in your control, which is today I'm going to do this, and if I keep doing this day after day, then I may end up with this result, or I may not. But it doesn't matter, because I'm happy with the direction that my life is going in. And that will keep us from suffering. Even though we're going to face challenges and face trials and whatever it is that we're trying to do. So this year, for 2020, instead of I've been setting goals, and resolutions for a long time. Every year I don't know how long when, but some of them I've achieved, and some of them I haven't. But this year, I'm going to try something different. See what happens when I already know, I have in mind what kind of person I want to be, what kind of lifestyle I want to have. I'm just going to set my life in that direction. But I'm not going to promise myself anything. I'm not going to promise this. I'm going to be successful. I'm not going to promise I'm going to achieve those things. I'm not going to do any of that because I don't think it's necessary. And if I do those things, I may be disappointed if I fail. So I don't want to set myself up for failure. It's hard enough to maintain your self-esteem as it is. So it doesn't make much sense to add more pressure to your life if you can help it. You know, most people, you know, make it a goal to go to college, get a degree, and then get a job that they want. And then when they get that job, realize that they're still not happy, or for some stupid reason they get fired or lose their career, and then they suffer. You know, we suffer emotionally because we set ourselves up for failure. You know, when you set a goal, you're basically saying, this is the right thing to do, no matter what. But then when it doesn't pan out that way, we begin to doubt ourselves, and it feels like we wasted all our time trying to pursue something that was never going to happen for us in the first place. So, and one of the reasons why we do that is because, you know, a lot of these self-help gurus and, you know, these guys that teach personal development and whatnot, you know, they say, well, if you want something, you gotta make it a goal. But, you know, a lot of those self-help gurus have to deal with their followers, a lot of their followers being just disappointed, upset that their advice didn't work. They didn't get what they want. And the reason why these self-help gurus and these personal development coaches or whatnot tell them to set a goal is because they think that that's what is required to motivate somebody. And the problem with motivation is, you know, motivation is an emotion. It's not, you know, it comes and goes. It's not permanent. You know, I can be motivated to do something today and be motivated to do something else tomorrow. So a lot of these self-help gurus mistakenly believe that, you know, oh, if I set one goal, which could work, but they believe that if I set one goal in life, or multiple goals, that I'll have enough motivation to accomplish everything that I want to do. And that's all fine and dandy, but what happens if you don't achieve it? I mean, it's better to have one thing that you want to do, but just live your life according to that direction and not expecting to achieve the goal. You know, then the more I think about it, the more I realize that, yeah, it's better to have one goal than just a bunch of other 10 goals around it. But at the same time, it's even better to make it your goal to just not have any goals. Simplify it even more. Just say, this is the direction I want my life to go towards. And then if this ends up with what I want, which would in another sense would be a goal, then fine. If not, then so be it. But there's no sense in doing affirmations and stuff like that unless you're willing to be disappointed. But more than likely you will. More than likely, even when you reach those goals, you're gonna feel like, oh wow, I could do better, and then you never satiate it. Anything that you want to do in life should be based on any other need that you have to do in life. Like eating this food to nourish my body. It's not a goal. I don't wake up and say, oh, I want to eat this today. I used to think that way. For just reason I was thinking that way. But I realized that eating the best I can betters my health. So if I want to have a better life, let's say I want to get married or I want to have a nice house or what have you, maybe live in another country, live on the beach, whatever it is that you want to do, you just say, okay, well, I'm just going to do every day. I'm going to live my life according to how I would direct my daily activities in that direction. If I make it, fine. If I don't, it doesn't matter because I have no control over that. All I have control over is the direction that I'm pointing my life towards. It's true that we only have one life to live, but every day that we do live, we have a different opportunity to change directions. And this is why you have to kind of think of life as more of a path, until you're walking down the road, until you become an adult. You become an adult, and now you have a choice, kind of like a fork in the road. You can choose a goal, which will lead you down one path, but that might be riddled with fear and attachment and suffering and unhappiness. Or you can go in the other direction and not necessarily have a goal in mind, but just say, I want to live my life this way. And yes, there will be obstacles, there will be trials I'll have to face and so on and so forth, but I'll be happy going through those things. I won't be suffering. Even if they're physically painful or emotionally painful or what have you, I'll still be able to maintain my happiness because I'm going in the direction that I chose, that I have control over, that I chose to go on. I'm not attached to anything. You know, it's a beautiful thing about it. We don't have to set goals. We can, but as soon as we do, you know, we become emotionally attached. Usually after the first time we fail, or it doesn't come quick enough, we give up. Because it's just emotionally too painful to keep going. And we give in. And we start making promises to ourselves that we know we can't keep. Or more than likely will fail. So, this year, it's better to decide which direction you're going to change your life towards. And then day by day, live as if you are aiming in that direction. And that will create a path that other people may follow. Or maybe a path that maybe someone else who's already doing what you like to do has already set some clues for you. And all you have to do is just follow them. But I try to set a goal. You might be disappointed. Life is about, like Epictetus said, be happy with what you have now and not necessarily what you want in the future, because what you have now is already what you hope for. I mean, you've already proven to yourself that you can be content and happy with what you have now. So why put yourself through the pain and suffering of wanting something in the future that you don't have already? Be thankful that you have an opportunity to change your life into whatever direction you wanted to take it, and just see what happens. Because along the way, you're going to be happy no matter what. But if you set a goal to get something that you don't have right now, well, you may get it, you may not. Now you might hear this, you may think, well, what if my goal is to win the championship? Or what if my goal is to, make $1 million or whatever? Again, that's fine. You can do that. But what if you don't win the championship? What if you become second place, third place? Or you can even make the playoffs? Are you going to be happy that you did the best as you could possibly do? Or you're going to be disappointed that you didn't win the championship? even those people who win the championship are necessarily happy. And you can tell by their comments, by their speeches. You know, they may say that they're thankful for achieving their goals, but at the same time, you can tell that they would have suffered tremendously if they didn't reach that goal. And that's the difference. You know, you take somebody like a Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or someone like that, and they might be the best of all time in their sport, but listen to some of their comments, some of the things that they've done, you may think that didn't necessarily, you know, make them happy. It might have made them happy in that moment, but what would have happened if they didn't achieve those things? Would they still be happy? So it's all a matter about what you want. You know, do you want to, you know, the reason why most people set goals is because they think that if they achieve those goals, it'll make them happy. Well, why not just be happy either way? Why does it take a goal for you to be happy? It doesn't. And if you think it does, you're just setting yourself up for possible failure. And then just guarantee you're going to be unhappy if that happens. So anyway, finished my meal. I hope what I said makes sense. Try to make more of these videos, be more consistent in the future, but I'm not gonna promise anything. And I hope year 2020 will be a good year for you. I hope it'll be a happy year for you. And I hope you'll think about in what direction you want to take your life and be happy with that, and not worry so much about setting a goal or a New Year's resolution. So anyways, glad you were able to join me, and until next time, keep taking action.